Rilee Rossouw. Pick via YouTube. With thanks, we have reached the business end of the Royal London One Day Cup group stages, and, with just one round of fixtures left to be played, there are no second chances. Only 6 can reach the knockout stages for the opportunity to win the trophy at Lord's on June 30th. Such is complexity of the scenarios and potential qualifiers across both groups, you may be scratching your head about how your county can progress. Do not worry, as we at Deep Extra Cover have the lowdown on every possibility, starting with the South Group, where the final round of matches are on Wednesday. 7 sides still have something to play for in what is sure to be a day of cricket full of twists and turns. It is important to say that if teams finish on the same number of points, it comes down to number of wins first and then run rate second. That's something certainly important to remember, as it is very possible that this scenario could play out. First, Hampshire 11 points. The equation for the current South Group leaders is rather simple. Victory over Somerset secures them a home semi-final, and puts them just one further win away from a first Lord's final since 2012. Anything other than that leaves their fate in the hands of Kent. Even an abandonment at the Ages Bowl would see them drop down to second on matches won if Kent were to beat Essex. If Kent against Essex were to be abandoned, Hampshire would still need to pick up at least 1 point from their last game to stay atop of the table, as Kent have a better run rate. Of course, what all Hampshire fans will be hoping for is that Kent lose, as it would secure Hampshire's place in the semi-final whatever their result is on Wednesday. Second, Kent 10 points after losing their first 2 games. Kent have since been the form side in this competition, winning 5 on the spin to secure their place in the knockout rounds. Though the route through the rest of the tournament all depends on the result of their trip to Chelmsford. A win over Essex and they cannot finish lower than second. It may even see them to the top of the group if Hampshire do not beat Somerset. Defeat to the Eagles means that Essex could well climb above them in the table, dependent on run rate. Both sides have a very similar run rate, so unless Essex's victory was by an extremely small margin, Kent would still drop to third. Third would be enough to qualify, but leaving them needing to win 2 away games in the knockout stages to reach Lord's. Third, Essex 8 points out of all the teams left in the competition. Essex probably have the most to lose. They could finish as high as second and host a home playoff, but to counter that, defeat to Kent, and, if results go against them, they may finish as low as 6th. No matter what the 4 sides below them do, by beating Kent, Essex are through. Moreover, they will probably move to second in the South Group, as they only have to overturn a very slender run rate advantage that Kent have. If the weather were to intervene and their game were to be abandoned, a Somerset win would see Essex out of the competition, while Surrey could also move above them in the table, but only if they are able to hammer Glamorgan. Defeat at Chelmsford would allow any of the 4 teams below them to leapfrog them into the final playoff spot. Fourth, Somerset 7 points. If Somerset are to reach the knockout stages in the One Day Cup for the 3rd consecutive year, they have to beat Hampshire in the day's televised clash. If Essex cannot beat Kent, then they will qualify as long as Surrey do not beat Glamorgan by a big enough margin to overturn the run rate advantage that Somerset already have. It does seem unlikely to happen though, as Somerset have the best run rate in the groups while Surrey the worst. No other result will see Somerset through. Even if their match against Hampshire were to be abandoned and Essex were to lose, they would still be eliminated, as the Eagles would have won more games than them. Fifth, Surrey 7 points. The bridesmaid but never the bride. Surrey have suffered 3 consecutive defeats in Lord's finals. If they are to return to the home of cricket again this year, it is likely they will need a pretty big win over Glamorgan to improve their awful run rate. In reality, they will need to better Somerset's result against Hampshire and hope that Essex lose to Kent. There is a scenario where they could finish on 9 points with Somerset and qualify, but as discussed above, they need to comfortably beat Glamorgan. Will Jack's on his way to his first county century? Pick via Surrey Cricket YouTube, with thanks 6th, Gloucestershire 7 points. Gloucestershire's campaign has been the most disrupted of any team, with 3 of their matches being abandoned. One of which against Somerset, when just 4 more overs needed to bowl for a result in a match they had dominated and were almost certain to win. In their 4 completed fixtures, 2 wins and 2 defeats leave them needing all 4 results to go their way on Wednesday. They first must beat Middlesex, and hope Kent defeat Essex and that Somerset and Surrey both fail to win their matches against Hampshire and Glamorgan respectively. That would leave them on 9 points and in 3rd place. The West Country side cannot finish on the same number of points as any other team and qualify, as they would have 1 less games. 7th, Middlesex 6 points, 3 wins in a row left Middlesex in a great position at the halfway point of the South Group, but 3 consecutive losses mean they are rank outsiders for qualification. Firstly, they must win and hope Essex lose. Though not only do they need the Eagles to be defeated, they also need to overturn a run rate of over 0.4 in the process. Even that might not be enough, as like their opponents on Wednesday, a win for Surrey or Somerset would also eliminate them. 8th, Sussex 6 points. Being the only side to have played all of their games and languishing 8th in the table, Sussex will not be progressing in this year's competition. 2 wins from their first 3 matches represented a good start to the tournament, but they are winless since, and whilst 2 abandonments haven't helped their prospects, they can have no complaints. 9th, Glamorgan 2 points. Unfortunately for Glamorgan, their place at the bottom of the South Group is already secured. A solitary win against Sussex is all they have to show for what has been a pretty dreadful campaign. They will be hoping for a better showing in the T20 when it starts in July. South Group final round fixtures: Gloucestershire v Middlesex, Brightside Ground, 2 p.m, Hampshire v Somerset, Ages Bowl, 2 p.m, Essex v Kent, the Cloud FM County Ground, 2 p.m, Surrey v Glamorgan, Kia Oval, 2 p.m, related.